You're sitting on one right now. It holds your body weight. It bends your spine into a 90-degree angle. And right now, it's putting 200 pounds of pressure on your lower back. But here's the question: who invented the chair? For 300,000 years of human existence, we didn't use chairs at all. The chair is only 5,000 years old. And for most of that time, only kings and gods were allowed to sit on them. This is the story of how a symbol of power became the most common object in your home, and why sitting on it might be slowly killing you. Let's go back to the beginning. For 99% of human history, there were no chairs. Early humans were hunter-gatherers. They moved constantly. They squatted to rest. They sat on rocks, logs, or animal skins. They slept on the ground. Why no chairs? 3 reasons. First, furniture is heavy. If you're moving every few weeks to follow food, you don't carry a wooden chair. Second, chairs require tools. You need saws, chisels, and time. Early humans had stone tools, not furniture factories. Third, chairs require settled living. Only when humans started farming around 10,000 BCE did they stay in one place long enough to build furniture. Even then, most people still sat on the floor. And here's the interesting part: sitting on the floor is actually healthier. Squatting keeps your hips flexible. It strengthens your legs. It improves your posture. Many cultures still sit on the floor today. Japan uses floor cushions called zabuton. India uses floor seating for meals. Parts of Africa and the Middle East never adopted chair culture. The chair isn't natural. It's a cultural choice. So when did it start? The oldest surviving chair is 5,000 years old. It was found in Egypt. And it wasn't for sitting. It was for showing power. In ancient Egypt, only 3 groups used chairs: pharaohs. The ruler's throne was covered in gold leaf and decorated with lions. High priests. Religious leaders sat on carved wooden seats. Statues of gods. Even carved gods needed chairs to show authority. Everyone else? They sat on the ground. The famous pharaoh Tutankhamun had 6 thrones in his tomb. One was covered in gold. Another had lion heads carved into the armrests. These weren't for comfort, they were symbols. The rule was simple: the higher you sit, the more powerful you are. That's why we still use these phrases today. Take a seat. You're being given status. Seat of power, the throne. Chairman, the person who sits at the head. In Egypt, chair height was law. A pharaoh's throne was raised on a platform. Nobles sat lower. Common people kneeled or stood. The chair meant, I am above you. The ancient Greeks were the first to make chairs comfortable. Around 500 BCE, they invented the klizmos chair. It had curved legs, a slanted backrest. It was designed for the human body. Greek pottery shows wealthy citizens sitting on klizmos chairs during banquets. But workers, slaves, and women still used benches or stools. Rome took it further. Romans added armrests, cushions, footstools, folding stools for military generals. The sella curulis was a folding chair used by Roman magistrates. Only elected officials could sit on it. If you sat on one without permission, you could be executed. Again, the chair equals power. But most Romans still sat on benches. Public baths had stone benches. Homes had wooden benches. Chairs were rare. Even in the height of Roman civilization, owning a personal chair meant you were wealthy. Everything changed during the Renaissance. 3 things happened. 1. The middle class grew. Merchants, bankers, and traders became wealthy. They wanted chairs too. 2. Woodworking improved. Better saws and tools made furniture cheaper and faster to produce. 3. Cities expanded. More people lived in permanent homes. They could own furniture. By the 1600s, dining chairs became common in Europe. Families owned sets of matching chairs. Upholstered chairs with padded seats appeared. In the 1700s, Thomas Chippendale, a British furniture maker, designed elegant chairs that middle-class families could afford. His 1754 book, The Gentleman and Cabinet Maker's Director, became the IKEA catalog of its time. The rocking chair was invented in America around 1725. Benjamin Franklin owned one. By the 1800s, the Industrial Revolution made everything faster. Machines could cut, shape, and assemble wood in factories. Suddenly, chairs went from luxury items to household basics. The most important chair ever invented? The office chair. In the mid-1800s, Charles Darwin, yes, that Darwin, modified his desk chair by adding wheels. He wanted to move between specimens in his lab faster. That idea spread. In 1851, the centripetal spring armchair was patented in America. It had springs, a swivel base, and adjustable height. It was the first true office chair. Why did this matter? Because in the late 1800s, office work exploded. Typewriters were invented. Paperwork increased. Millions of people started working at desks. By the 1900s, sitting 8 to 10 hours a day became normal. In 1976, designer Bill Stumpf created the Ergon chair, the first ergonomic office chair. It had lumbar support and adjustable armrests. Today, office chairs are a $15 billion global industry. But there's a problem. Humans were not designed to sit for 8 hours a day. Our ancestors walked 5 to 10 miles daily. They squatted, they climbed, they moved constantly. Modern humans sit for 10 to 15 hours a day on average. Here's what that does. 1. It compresses your spine. Sitting puts 40% more pressure on your lower back than standing. 2. It weakens your muscles. Your glutes, core, and legs stop working. This leads to back pain and poor posture. 3. It slows your metabolism. Sitting reduces blood flow and calorie burn by 50%. 4. It increases disease risk. Studies show sitting 6+ hours daily raises your risk of heart disease by 64% and diabetes by 112%. In 2018, the World Health Organization called physical inactivity the 4th leading cause of death worldwide. The chair gave us comfort, but it took away movement. Today, chairs are everywhere. Different chairs tell different stories. A throne equals power, kings, popes, judges. An office chair equals productivity. Work culture, a wheelchair equals mobility. An Access A gaming chair equals entertainment. A plastic monoblock chair equals mass production, the world's most common chair. Over 1 billion exist. The chair reflects technology, wealth, and culture. So here's the summary. For 300,000 years, humans didn't use chairs. 5,000 years ago, chairs became symbols of power in Egypt. 1,000 years ago, only kings and bishops had them. 200 years ago, the Industrial Revolution made them common. 50 years ago, office chairs reshaped how we work. Today, we sit more than we sleep. The chair isn't just furniture. It's a mirror of human history. It shows how we went from moving hunters to sitting workers. And now, we're trying to figure out how to sit less and move more. So the next time you sit down, remember that chair under you has 5,000 years of history. If you learned something, hit subscribe. Next time, we're covering the origin of the fork and why Europeans ate with their hands for 1,000 years. See you in the next one.